are you doing? Hope everyone's okay in this very disconcerting period of time. We're going for our daily walk today, and we're going to go across Horsley Lodge Golf Course. We're going to have a look at the scenery, and I'm going to point out one or two interesting historical items for you to have a look at. So let's get going. There's no traffic coming, so we'll walk straight across. That's commonly known as 4-lane ends. Okay, so this is Golden Valley, and it's on the ancient Roman road of Ricknell Street, of which we'll see more later. So that's the view from halfway down Golden Valley, and the site in front of us is the old Spitfire site where in the war Merlin engines were stripped of parts to be reused in new engines, hence the name Spitfire. We'll see a plaque commemorating that later on. So at this point, Golden Valley just does a little bit of a dogleg, and at this point this is where it picks up the line of the Roman road. So this is actually the alignment of Ricknell Street as it goes down towards the golf club, and we'll see the Roman road again when we get to the golf course. We're just coming down to the footpath junction now, looking straight into Golden Valley Farm, and looking back up you can see the alignment of the Roman road at this point. This footpath was diverted when new owners took over the farm. Those houses on the horizon are on Main Street, Horsley Woodhouse. So we come now down this new footpath through these trees and then into the fields belonging to Golden Valley Farm. So we're going down past Golden Valley Farm now. Just might be able to make out the golf course in the distance. There's quite a few rare breeds on Golden Valley Farm. Not really easy to see in this light, but there's two pot-bellied pigs there, passing the time of day in the right manner. That building there is the old farm on Ricknell Road, Lady Lee Road at Horsley. That's got a lovely aspect to it. Blackthorn blossoms coming out, which is nice to see. It really is a beautiful day. And in the other field he's got some Highland cattle that again are passing the day in a very relaxed style. Are they nice, aren't they? That's looking over towards Wood Lane. At this point the footpath splits. That way goes to Laidley Road at Horsley. That way goes to Wood Lane, and straight in front goes onto the golf course, which is the way we're going to go. So today we'll be sticking to the footpath. There's two footpaths that go through the golf course, and both of them are quite well marked, so there's no excuse for straying off them. Obviously no flying golf balls today, which I suppose why people have been tempted to go off the footpath. Welcome to Horsley Lodge Golf Course. Looking sparkling, but no golfers. There's some nice conifer trees here that bear quite nice cones and like through the fir trees. Down towards the brook. The line of the footpath is identified by these yellow and green striped posts, so it's not difficult to follow. They've painted some of the trees as well where they've not got posts in, so it's easy to pick out the route of the footpath. We're now going uphill to the top, and at the top we'll pick up the Roman road again. That view's looking back again towards Horsley Woodhouse. On the horizon, the houses are on Main Street. So we're at the summit of the hill now, and we're more or less on the Roman road, and the line of Roman road is just there where the houses are. You can't actually see the track at Golden Valley, but looking straight down the middle of this image is the alignment of the Roman road. And as I say, we're right at the summit of the hill now, and it drops again. So at this point I guess there would have been some sort of tower, sighting tower or signal station to the next hill, which is over there, which is on Brackley Gate, amongst the trees, just there. That would have been the next hill, and there may well have been a signal station or a mile castle or some other sort of building at that point too, so you could sight over to this point, which is next to the 4th tee on the course. So in the middle of the screen is the alignment of Ricknell Street as it goes up to the next hill, which is Main Street, Horsley Woodhouse. and then the next one will be at Denby. So from the 4th tee we'll continue. We've just had 5 minutes on that seat, which is very handily placed, give you a view across to the village. We pick up the path again and we pick up the Roman road. Obviously there's no sign of the Roman road, what's left of it now, it's underneath our feet, but we're on the alignment now of the Roman road. There's a little pond and waterfall, and there's a sign here that explains where we are. So at this point the footpath goes right and we go across the practice range, driving range, but again nobody on it today. And there's Portfields Farm on the horizon. So down there is the car park and the main building of Horsley Lodge Golf Club, which again obviously nobody's there today other than staff, and the car park's completely empty. Pick up this route past these trees. Nice to know that we've got priority, but we don't need it today, there's only us here. Despite the fact it's not being used, it's still being kept. You can see the lines in the grass where they've mowed it, and at this point the view opens out and you can see all the way from Horsley Woodhouse Main Street, Portfields Farm, and then Horsley Village just nestling at the bottom there. We'll be going through there shortly. Coming up to a footpath marker, green and yellow post. They're very easy to spot from a distance, so there's no excuse for going off the path. And there's another one you can just see peeping up above the dip. These are the target flags for the driving range. We're more or less on the summit now, and that's Horsley Village. You can actually see the footpath we're going to take just there. You can just make out the green and yellow post in the distance. Now just in front of this hedge is something else I want to show you that relates to the history of the area. So let's go and take a look. There's another seat as well. It's a nice little spot to just sit and spend 5 minutes. So this is the 13th tee. And this hole is a dogleg, so it goes there and then there It's a par 4 for anybody that's interested in pars and golf and birdies and eagles. But it's certainly a lovely aspect. But it's this wall I want to show you. Unfortunately, the sun's behind us, so it's in the shade. But there's a sign up here that explains where this stone came from. So all this stone was originally part of Horsley Castle, which is very interesting. And there's also a lovely dry stone wall down there. I'm not going to go down because it's not on the footpath. But that wall also, the stone, came from Horsley Castle. So carrying on down the hill towards the ponds, we go through another stone wall, which no doubt owes its existence to Horsley Castle. It's lovely squared dressed stone, and I guess the stone originally came from the quarries at Coxbench and Horsley Brackley Gate, so it's not travelled very far to get here. On a day like this, it's absolutely idyllic this time of year. And this is Gypsy Brook, which originates at Stainsby, I think, flows all the way down through Underwood Lane and along the bottom of Golden Valley and into the golf course, where they've made ponds in it, obviously for water obstacles on the course, but also it's made it really pleasant to look at. And I'm sure there's plenty of wildlife in the water. You see the odd duck. Saw a pair of mandarin ducks the other week on here. Not seen them since though, so they're probably just passing through. This is where you have to be careful normally because we're crossing the approach to a tee. I don't know what number it is, but there's the green. There's the fairway. You usually have to look left before you cross, but not today. Another yellow post. So by the 15th tee, there's a little resting place that we use. And we've just had 5 minutes on there, gazing at the view, which is now up there towards Brackley Gate, Morley, and Sandy Lane, and the site of Horsley Castle. The stone from Horsley Castle came from there, on top of the hill, so it didn't travel far at all, less than a mile. So we're now going to make our way towards the western end of the golf course to the green and yellow post, with the kissing gate back onto a normal footpath. So that view is looking towards Little Eaton in the distance, and the farm in the mid picture is Horsley Park Farm, which is near the junction of the road down to Coxbench. And that's Brackley Gate. I know the sun's into the lens, so it's probably not too clear, but this is where we say goodbye to the golf course by the 15th tee, with a chiff chaff welcoming us. And that's Horsley Lodge Golf Course. So that footpath, which runs parallel with the boundary of the golf course, comes from the junction that we looked at the bottom of Golden Valley, and this is now taking us into the edge of Horsley village. If you look there, there's a spoil heap from some old mine workings. There were lots of little local pits in this area, because we're lying on seams of coal here. So that's what that is. And there's a bit of a one there, it's not quite so pronounced, but it's a spoil heap from a little local pit. Now we're coming back to civilization with the houses on Lady Lee Road. So this path joins Lady Lee Road just opposite the Coach and Horses pub. It's just there. And that's the road leading into Horsley village. While we're down here, I'll just do a little detour to look at one of the three wells of Horsley. This is the triangle, the junction from the road that goes in towards Horsley Lodge Golf Course, and you can bear right and go to Coxbench. And there's the well. So on the final leg on Lady Lee Road, back towards home. So going up a little hill out of Horsley along Lady Lee Road, the name of which derives from a legend that a lady, called Lady Lee of course, leapt over that hedge to this side to cross the road and fell off a horse and was killed. And it's alleged that the stone that she hit her head against never grows any moss And to prove it, they've put it in that, which says LL on it, Lady Lee. It's got a little bit of moss on the edge, but generally it's clear of moss. And that's the legend of Lady Lee. And the reason why this road is called Lady Lee Road. This is the footpath that takes you into Horsley village through the fields. But I don't think we want to go through the fields today. Apart from which we've done our walk now almost. But thought we'd have a look at the livestock. And that's Holbrook on the ridge in the distance. Here's the entrance to Horsley Park Farm, as was. It's now called Horsley View. We saw that from the golf course. And next to that, the outbuildings have been turned into dwellings, high-end dwellings. And that's where they are. So back along Lady Lee Road towards the crossroads and the traffic lights. And this is the site of the Spitfire Works, also known as Wrigley's. Now lots of little industrial units and odd businesses, mainly based on the motor trade. And the sign at the entrance explains the history of this site and the important role it played in World War II. We're now back at the crossroads, commonly called Four Lane Ends. These are the houses that were referred to on the plaque at Hillview Close. There's our medical centre, and that is Ricknell Road, which takes its name from the Roman road, but it isn't actually on the alignment of Ricknell Street. Ricknell Street is probably 100 yards further in that direction, which we picked up in Golden Valley as we went down. And this is Woodhouse Road. So we're nearly home. I hope you've enjoyed that little walk with us. It was about 2 miles long. We didn't rush. It's taken us about an hour, but it's a walk we do quite often, and one no doubt we'll do again at some point, and let's hope this lockdown situation is soon over. Stay safe, everyone.